Good. How are you?
Good to see you, sir.
Good seeing you.
Man, how's life been treating you?
Oh, we're super busy. So, yeah, running like crazy. Hi, everybody. Sorry for the tardiness.
So, we have AP Cigar After Hours coming up in, what,
A week from
and a
today?
day?
What's today, Wednesday?
Yes.
Yeah, a week and a day. Halloween.
I'm excited for this one.
I am too. We're really excited for this one. So we're going to move it this time. So the last few months we've been doing it in the beer garden. And this time we're going to be doing it, is that right? Yeah. In Max been building a stage and kind of a concert venue in the back. And so we're going to do two things. The reason for doing it is the parade goes by. The parade starts at, Broadway? And then we'll go all the way down Broadway, turn on Piasaw, and take Piasaw all the way to 9th. So we're going to be right at the 300 block of Piasaw. So we get to watch kind of the last bit of the parade as it goes through. It still has another 7 blocks to go. So we can watch the parade. Mac and Robbie are going to have some grills outside. So we're going to have burgers and hot dogs out there.
That's really cool.
A couple beer, beer tubs and stuff. What'd I bring?
Yeah, this is cool. I mean, this is like one of the coolest boxes. I love the simplicity of it.
So what's real fun is, this month, every month we sponsor a different cigar, right?
Right.
We want to showcase it. And so last month for breast cancer awareness, we did a woman-owned cigar company. We did the shirts in pink, with black lettering for breast cancer awareness, which is right now in October. And so for the end of October, I looked through and I got a hold of one of my vendors or one of the families here, and this is the Las Calaveras. This comes out once a year. It's a limited production. It always has a sugar skull, but they're always different. So each year, this is the 10th year they're doing it. We're coming up on 9 years of AP being a brand, so we're getting close. So it's all starting to kind of line up. But so what I did was I contacted the wholesaler. I ordered a whole bunch of these. They're very expensive.
Oh, I bet.
They're about $20 a cigar.
Oh.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do, the exact same thing. Get 4 cigars, $50. T-shirt. This guy dropped off some swag, so we're even going to toss in one of their standard lines. So you're going to get really 5 cigars, 4 of these, plus one of the Mil Diaz is another.
For $50.
$50. You're getting 4 $20 cigars, basically. After tax, it's close enough to 20 to count it as 20.
Right.
So for $50, of course, we're going to have the orange T-shirts with the black print. And then we'll have some Crowned Heads. So Crowned Heads makes the Las Calaveras. They are a very large boutique brand. So very hands-on, blender does tours. The rep is really awesome. His name's Danny. He wanted to be here. I pitched everything I could.
Right.
One of the most haunted cities, one of the oldest Halloween parades. He goes, man, I've had the same event for years. I'm pretty much tied in.
You got to respect that, though.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah. Stay true to your traditions.
But don't think Mike didn't work.
No, always, always working. So so we're gonna do the Las Calaveras. This is probably going to be the biggest discount on a AP After Hours at Max. Yes, we're going to be outside. There won't be heat. I think Robbie's going to try to throw up a 20 by 20 tent for us. There is a stage. I don't know if we are going to be on top of the stage just because, and maybe we will be, but I don't know if the railing will be up by then or not. So
that makes sense.
Yeah. So if it's not, we might grab some cones and caution tape. We're not going to be out there for absolutely ever. Normally, our AP After Hours is 6:30 to 9:30. I think the parade goes to almost 10. Is that correct?
I can't remember because I'm normally done early because it starts early.
Right.
So yeah, probably. Know what?
Probably about 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So, and then normally, if you're watching near downtown, you just patronize a bar that's open, right then, right? So we will probably pack our stuff up and then go. I mean, I have to work Friday. I don't know about everybody else.
Yeah.
But so I won't stay out too terribly late past 10. But you know what? You're more than welcome to, I don't know if we'll have the cut-through open or if we'll walk around to the beer garden and stuff like that. There is a package store, Max on 4th, that also has hot dogs, donuts, stuff like that.
And one of the best cashiers and managers around, and Liz, she's awesome. She's one of my favorites.
Who's that?
Liz.
I don't know folks by name. I know them by face.
She's a curly-haired girl that's the manager at the convenience store. She's wonderful.
I'm sure I know by face because
That's all good.
I'm in there all the time.
Yeah, I'm about to say you're more than I am.
Yeah. Well, it's walking distance.
Right.
Yeah, refreshments, bag of ice, whatever we
And
need.
I think it's cool for Halloween to have it outside because it's almost you're doing an after hours, but it becomes almost a kind of a block party in a way where you're setting up.
Well, and our thing was, so the actual concert venue at Max is supposed to debut next year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's this kind of like you get to check out what it's going to be. The lights are up, they work. It should be really neat to just kind of be back there. Yes, there's still dumpsters there, but they're still using it as kind of a parking lot,
right?
And they're still doing construction, so you can kind of get the layout of what everything's going to be, and it should be a heck of a venue whenever it does debut next year.
Absolutely. Hey, why don't we do this? We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll talk a little bit more about this and have some fun, man.
All right, sounds great.
9:27. We'll pay some bills and come back with more Daily Show right after this on RiverBender.com.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Linux system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Welcome back to our daily show on RiverBender.com.
Halloween, this is Halloween, this is Halloween. Pumpkins scream in the dead of night. This is Halloween, everybody make a scene. Trick or treat till the neighbor's gonna die of fright. It's our town, everybody scream in this town of Halloween. I am the one hiding under your bed, teeth ground sharp and eyes glowing red. I am the one hiding under your stairs.
Welcome back, 9:30, a little bit of change on this Wednesday morning. Mike Weller in the studio. I was nervous because I saw Steve Pegram, and I'm notorious at forgetting things, so I thought maybe I did this again, but...
Right. He could have joined us.
He actually could have.
Actually, he had a food drive in Jersey County.
Yeah, Cars for Cans.
He did something. Well, it was at the Walmart. This was several years ago, maybe COVID, like during COVID time. And I had a military deuce and a half at the time that I was raffling off. And so he contacted me. He was parked down at Piasol Armory. And so he contacted me and asked if I'd bring it up to Jersey County to just bring attention to the canned food drive. So I drove it up there and parked it for, whatever few weeks for him to do stuff. So he's a very giving, thoughtful.
Good man.
Yeah, really good man. So yeah, I've done probably a couple events with him.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You've been doing a lot of events. You were just telling me about that.
Yeah. No, it's it's event season. What's beautiful is October is almost guaranteed not to be too crazy hot. Right? Like 80 degrees feels hot when it was 60 as a high, right?
Right.
But so October's a good month for people to book their weddings and book, outdoor events. It's nice to be around the fire pit. So there's fall is a wonderful time to enjoy a cigar because it's not too hot. It's not freezing cold. It's a wonderful time. You're throwing a football around. It's
very comfortable.
It's good outside. Spring, it could be hot. It could be snowing. It could be raining.
Depending on what location you're stepping on in the street.
Right. Yes. Right. So it's really spring. Spring is like fall here. Is just so much more consistent. So we see an uptick in doing weddings. We see an uptick in doing bourbon tastings. So this year, the store is staffed properly that we started going out to other locations to try to assist to elevate, an experience. So a lot of places have a patio and nobody sits there. Right, so
that's true. Yeah,
right. So they built a patio. They spent the money.
Right, and
these
are beautiful
furnishings.
Too, yeah.
Right. So the House of Bourbon in Edwardsville got a hold of us, and they asked us to do a bourbon tasting. So we did that on a Wednesday last week, and then Thursday we did a cigar, cut light smoke in Hillsboro. And at the Red Rooster, the historic Red Rooster Inn.
I heard that's awesome.
Holy cow, that place is amazing. I mean, no, like attention to detail, structurally, what they do. I'll tell you a funny story about it here in just a second. So Thursday we're in Hillsboro and probably got home at 11, 12 o'clock, 11 p.m., 12, midnight. And then on Friday we did Cigars Under the Stars with Four Roses at Grafton Winery.
Really cool.
So the second story, there's a little bar on the left side of Grafton Winery upstairs outside. And so Four Roses came. They had 4, 5, 6 samplings of different ones. So you paid a certain dollar amount. You got your samplings, you got a cigar, and then they had little table fire pits going on. But, cool. How do you get 40, 50 people on your patio to actually, enjoy it?
Right.
So give them a free cigar, give them, have them taste some new stuff from Four Roses, and it just put 40, 50 people in your bar,
You were mentioned House of Bourbon. That place is wonderful. I wanted to give Bernard, he is a wonderful guy up there.
Bernard's pretty, I'm going to tell you, I think that I'm catering to customers. Like I feel like I'm service bound. Bernard makes me look like an infant.
I'm not even being funny. You're 100% right.
Bernard, I think Bernard is like when he prays, like he is. I want you to. Your job today is to serve, and he does it with tact. He's beautiful at it, and it's effortless. Yeah. That's why it's genuine, because it's effortless.
And if you guys want a good lunch, honestly, stop up there. They have great pizza too.
Oh, I haven't had the pizza.
Their flatbread's wonderful.
Wonderful, yeah, nice. He served a dish during that event, and I didn't eat it at first. It was stunning looking, right? I'm in work mode. I'm not trying to have like food on my face,
right?
And so Josh came up a little bit later, and he got a plate, and then it was kind of slowing down for me, so I took a bite of his plate, and it was really unique because whatever it looked like I didn't expect any flavor profile, like any particular, and it was really a shock to the taste buds. It was really neat to hear his customers talk about how good the food is there, and then customers that came with me up there to check the place out, they were like, well, we're going to come back for more, because it was really good. So he texted me after the event and said, nothing but amazing reviews. When can we do this again? And I said, not too often, because it's not that exciting if it's all the time.
Right. That's true. You got to make them want it.
Yeah, sure. And we're also running close to out of time on weather, right?
That's true, too.
Yeah. So funny thing, we're at historic Red Rooster, and it's kind of slowed down from the initial rush of getting going. Everybody's kind of smoking, you know. So I go around the tables. Josh was with me, you know, so he was manning the table to sell. And I was going around. I was just kind of hanging out with folks, smoking, talking about cigars, you know, what they do, where they live, stuff like that. And this one guy asked me if I wanted to tour the place. And I was like, oh, I'm going to be up here later, you know, no big deal. I didn't want to, you know, A, take away from the customer so much, but B, I thought he was the maintenance guy, right? So I didn't want to get him in trouble taking me around, you know.
Exactly.
And I'm like, no, don't try to be cool, you know. You know. So he goes, no, man, it's pretty neat. Come on. So he takes me a tour. He's telling me about building shelves, and I told him jokingly, I'm like, you know, I've been in business 9 years this time. I'm still building shelves. Like literally, there's 4 boxes of shelves I have to build next week, you know. And so when we all get done, come to find out, he is the guy that owns the place. Yeah. But that's how humble he was.
Right.
You know,
you gotta love that.
Yeah. No, that's just how relaxed he was.
Really
you know,
cool.
and you know, he's just a great normal guy, and his whole facility's won awards. Like it's really a cool spot. Definitely a destination to go check out. And the food up there was pretty awesome. I had the bacon wrapped dates with goat cheese.
Ooh.
Yeah. Melt in your mouth, man.
There you go.
No, super good.
Well, you know what else will melt in your mouth? Whatever Robbie's grilling up on Halloween night when Mike is razzling and dazzling you with Josh and AP Cigar during their after hours. How about that tie back?
Yes.
We're getting back to to after hour mode. But you know, honestly though, it showcases just a little bit of behind the scenes of what, you know, you're doing to keep AP up and running, and you'll keep growing it too.
Well, AP to keep going, but also like, you know, so if I do an event in another town, somebody might meet me that might not come to Alton.
Exactly.
So then they're going to come to Alton. Well, I'm not serving food. Well, hey, where can I get this after my cigar? XYZ. You know, all the time. It brings tourism when I go out. You know, it's
You're
a
a
lot
walking billboard.
Yeah, it's a lot of time. It's a lot of effort, but they want to see more cigars. So where do they go? They're going to come to me. You know, so we build those relationships outside of town, and it brings tourism to town.
That's really a good point, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
and hopefully I sell some things to pay for gas to get back. You know,
That's true, too. That's a good point.
I need both. I need to get back. You know, so but yeah, it's twofold all the time. You know, I represent the town of Alton, in my opinion, when I'm out of town. So I want them to come back, and I want them to check out the town. I want them to see things.
Well, and honestly, it's a really exciting time to kind of check things out. Like you said, I mean, this stage is getting ready to open next year, and it's really cool what period we're in the downtown district, because there's been so many things developing, you know, with that stage and just other projects that are forming. And in the next couple of years, especially this summer, it feels like we're going to start seeing a lot of that, what it's going to look and sound like, you know?
I really hope so, yeah.
And I'm excited.
I am too. I'm really excited. And that stage is almost... whoever thought of that? What a great idea!
I thought this,
because the parking lot's right there, right? You don't have to park and walk far. The city lot's right there behind the Argosy building, so you have a ton of parking. You walk across the street, you're listening to music.
Exactly.
No, it's good planning, good layout.
Now, is there anything going to be like, or you know, any like other things like movies or anything you're playing or anything out there, just music for the guests during the Halloween parade? Or
For the Halloween parade, I figured we'll let Marching 100 and all the other schools that come up to jam during the parade. I figured they'd entertain us. A lot of the floats have a lot of music anyway, so I didn't want to get too wild and crazy with being super loud. I figured some families, if mom and dad smoke cigars, maybe they'll bring the kids. Kids can stand this side of the wall.
Yeah.
Watch the parade. You can, it's not as crowded on Piasaw Street than it is in Broadway. So it's
and that's good too. And I'm not cutting you off, man. Don't mean to, but there's been a talk about where's the best spot for everybody, because some kids don't like crowds.
Right.
And being in the thick of Broadway isn't normally good for that situation. So to slide down a little bit, it's fine.
Being on Ridge for the last 10, 11, 12, 13 years, Ridge Street is thick, man. That's
my God,
I'm not tall, so I've missed a lot of the parade. Yeah. So. Because it's so deep.
You're
dude.
right.
It's so busy
like
right there.
It's like 4 or 5 rows deep especially
really
in that section.
So if you got like a little kid, so the downfall of being on Piasaw, if you do have little kids, the parade might be out of candy. So
potentially
to counter that, I got 2 huge bags at Sam's yesterday. So if the kids come down, you're smoking a cigar, the kid's not getting very much candy, I'll toss some candy and you can go grab it.
That's cool, man.
Yeah. So we picked up a few bags.
Well, and what's it mean just to be a part of the city-wide events and just community-wide events like this with AP? Because I never really talked to you about that before. I mean, because you're doing after hours, but to do it in a setting to where it's after hours, but it's almost you have a walking advertisement in the parade where folks are going to see what y'all are doing. you're a part of the parade now. I mean, this is a really cool kind of tie-in. It's something to think about.
Yeah, it was like if Mac had a window to Piasaw in the beer garden, it'd be perfect, right? Then we'd have heat, we'd see the parade, and it would be, it'd be, but he doesn't, but he does have the concerts thing. Right. So Josh and I went over and walked, we talked to Robbie, we talked to Mac, and they're like, well, it's not done. And I'm like, well, if we have 40 people here, like, it's not like we're going over capacity, and we can keep an eye on 40 people, so, everything's going to be okay. So Robbie's like, I think it's kind of cool. Let's throw some grills out there. Let's throw some, some beer tubs out there. We'll get you a couple people, and we'll go from there.
You would be the debut of the...
Kind of, yeah. This is kind of...
The soft opening, in a way.
It really, yeah. It's like the friends and family,
you're right.
Open house. But yeah, come check out the thing. It's not completely done, so don't be critical. Don't be a keyboard commando. But it is. You can see where it's going to be awesome.
You know, honestly, it brings up a good point. What those two have done, they've been busting their butts, man. What Mac and Robbie have done, it's been cool.
Hey, yeah, and you can see they're developing on third.
Yeah.
You know things that are coming, and it's like. And it's the internet's great. It's like, well, I wish this. Well, you know what? How much money did you put in? How many hammers did you swing?
We're still waiting to hear the answer.
Yeah,
but
my Venmo is.
Well, it just really, and it shows too, really just the power of partnerships, really, I think, and how it's not really just for the businesses, but the community, because it creates a really cool event for the public to come and be a part of, because those are things people talk about for years, where it's like, man, you remember when Mike was doing those after hours at Max, and it's just really cool what you guys really came up with and developed.
It took us almost a year to figure out how to do it.
Did it really?
Yeah, just because we wanted to make sure, like, there's in every event, you got the guy that comes for something free, and you got the guy that comes for this. There's all these things, right? So it's like, how do we keep all these people in one spot? How do we help benefit somebody else? We lose money. Last month, we lost more money than the month before. It is what it is. Right. We're going to lose money because we're trying to build an event series that is worth showing up for. This month, we're going to lose even more money than last month. Yeah, no, we're giving away a lot more in cigars. So it's going to be a lot of fun. The prizes are pretty cool. We got some Crown Head lighters. Alec Bradley came out with a Filthy Gooligan cigar. It was very limited. I ordered what I could. I called back to order more. They're completely sold out in basically 2 days. So I kept.
I like the cigar names.
Yeah. So I kept one of the empty boxes. One of the lids is on the ceiling, but I kept one of the empty boxes. They are worth just as much as the cigars are. So we're gonna give that away Halloween night as well.
That's really cool.
Orange shirt. So we'll give it away as part of the final prize drawing at 9ish. So I think last month I was a little late. Also coming up on this Thursday, tomorrow. If you are into cigars, we will have that Karen Berger cigar line that we featured last month. Karen Berger and Bruce Bush, the vice president of the company, will be in Alton from 12 to 2 p.m. tomorrow. So I'll be in Peoria. Josh will be in Peoria with me, but Jeff is going to be working.
That's cool.
And Jeff's actually the one that brought him in. He met Bruce first. He brought the cigars in. So we'll have Karen Berger in store for Cut Light Smoke. If you got questions, you just want to meet the lady behind it.
Right.
They grow, they age, they roll, they sell their own products. It's very rare that there's somebody that's completely vertical like that.
So, with that being said, too, getting back to AP Cigar After Hours, Thursday, October 31st.
Yep. 6:30 to probably 10 this time.
6:30 to probably 10, or just, whenever the parade dies, ballpark.
We're just going to kind of follow the parade. Once that's done, we'll start packing up too. So, I think everything says 7 to 10 for the parade time. If it's 9:45, if there's a bunch of people still there smoking, they want to continue to hang out, we will too.
That's really cool. And Mike, keep up the great work, man. And I know that you're friggin' busting your ass and going all over the place.
It's fun, but yeah, it's I think it's going to be worth it in the end when people come to town just to, on my invite, and then spend more money around town.
Right.
And then, we had Pete here doing the mural across the street.
Right, that was really beautiful. That Miles Davis mural is beautiful.
Crazy good, right?
Oh man.
So like when he came and I met him, he needed a ladder, he needed this, needed that. So we hooked him up. Morrison's hooked him up with some water, I think, to power wash and stuff. So I gave him a couple ladders to use. Then I took him out some coffee, of our brand of coffee that we roast. So we took him coffee and just welcomed him with open arms and just created a relationship right there. So if he has a gallery opening, which he kind of does in a month, hey, do you want cigars and coffee there?
Where's the gallery opening?
I haven't looked at the address yet.
Okay, we'll find out.
Yeah.
But it's really cool that you're keeping that community spirit alive. I mean, it really is, man, because it's one of those things, it's what made us special before, where it was like people knew of Alton just because of the way that the major five worked together, and how if you needed help, man, we got you covered. Or if you need, and to go back out there with that cup of coffee, say, man, hey, thanks for doing this. How are you doing?
No, yeah, absolutely.
It's that thing that really, it's reviving what we've always come to know this community for, and that's the spirit of it.
I think it's starting to get a little new life.
Oh, totally.
I mean, we got You're Beautiful right next door to me.
That's right, Poor Decisions.
Yeah, Poor Decisions right next door. C Rations is doing good on the food. Most Sweet Treats is doing some good on some food on Thursdays. So it's we're seeing different people pull in than what we have. There's new people coming to downtown that weren't there. And then they see what? An Irish pub, State Street Market. So now if you look at State Street, before you head to Grafton, when you look at State Street, Morrison's is open, AP Cigars open, Poor Decisions is open, State Street Market's open. We are open all the way up to the Masonic Building that's just empty.
So you got
And then you have Don and Penny's, and then you have Firehouse.
So you have 7 different options within the span of...
Just on that one little street from Broadway to 4th. So that's the part of Alton that we need to get to, is when every door can be open, then we don't have room for any of the riffraff.
You know what? Just to know, you're right. And that's a really good point, too, because if you have every door open, eventually that just filters out on its own.
It goes away.
It does.
Yeah, it's not cool if everybody's there and we'll just call the police.
Right.
Right? And if no one's there, if we all close at 11, or if we're, something.
If you cave in.
Or if nobody can open for whatever reasons and the stores just stay closed, then it's a vacant lot.
Yeah.
And then that's when things go wrong. That's when you invite all the, people that want to be in the dark are going to be there, because nobody's there to call the police on them.
Well, and I think, too, I'm so tired of hearing, there's not enough options around here. I mean, I'm telling you what, if I see one more Facebook post about what restaurant we don't need, I'm going to lose my ever-loving mind. It's like, what else do you need? I mean, we got literally everything, with the exception of maybe a good sushi restaurant. But no, we have that, too, in Godfrey, I think.
I still haven't got to try it. I really want to.
But you know what I'm saying, though? It's just like what you said, because right in that corridor, you got great food at the market, you have wonderful food at Morrison's, plus Penny can cook like nobody's business right there by Firehouse.
Absolutely.
And Poor Decisions with C Rations there, that woman can...
Portobello mushroom tacos. Probably the best portobello mushroom taco I ever ate, man. It's
just
really
amazing,
super good.
Though. You brought up a good point, though, because just in that corridor, there's a diversity of cuisine and drinks and atmosphere and then...
variety.
Yeah.
And variety is what people want.
Yeah.
It's a long time ago, Alton put a thing in, you couldn't get a liquor license unless you had food, right?
Yep.
Well, that was to create that variety. So we just didn't have drinking holes, right? A couple of them's fine, but now when you force people to have food, well, now if there's a bunch of food on the street, the next thing that happens is everything gets elevated.
Yeah.
Your cocktails are going to get nicer. Like State Street has a delicious old fashioned. Like that's my jam.
Is it really? I've never had their drinks over there.
Oh yeah, their cocktails are top. Yeah, they're good.
That's cool.
Good bourbons, big cube of ice. Proper everything in it. They muddle things. They do it the right way. Yeah.
Wow.
No, State Street Market has hands down craft cocktail in downtown. Yeah,
Yeah, no,
100%. Yeah, in my opinion, So, and it's also nice. It's just a couple doors up, so I don't have to drive anywhere. I just walk and grab an old fashioned or two. But and then you got Poor Decisions, which is going to be fun. There's karaoke. There's all the stuff happening there already. Bringing people.
Right.
It's just so cool. And I got home late last week from an event, and I was going to unload, and there was no parking because they had people in the bar.
Well, that's kind of a good problem.
It was a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah.
Look how many years that I've been down here and that hasn't had anybody in it.
Yeah.
That's just been a blank space. And there was people in there. I could see through the windows, and I'm like, I'll just unload tomorrow. but I kept driving. But,
Right.
you know, but it was like, nice. Good for you.
What's that mean to you after Lit? Because, I mean, you, especially you and Morrison, I mean, you guys really have stuck through that corner a lot. What's it like to see this place, you know, especially your section, really have that traffic? I mean, that's got to be an unreal feeling.
Well, it's a parking nightmare, but, you know, it's a good problem. You know, that's a good problem, right?
That's true.
Like, today I was excited because there was a spot open, right? And I was like, holy cow. So that's why I was like running in here at the last minute, because I was like, I had to get this spot. You know, I
thought it was because you turn on my show and go, God dang, he's talking about recipe. I can't take this anymore.
Was it wrestling you're talking about?
No, recipes. We were doing comfort food recipes, and I thought you were watching and just went, this sucks. I got to save them.
I love food, man. What are you talking about? Yeah.
Because I thought it was bad. I was drowning.
No, I think it's beautiful, and I think that they just opened. So as they grow,
yeah, man.
And then, you know, they're open different days than State Street, than Morrison's. They're going to be open Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I think they're open every day of the week, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
Yeah.
But
so Morrison's Thursday through Sunday. State Street, I think, is only closed Sunday, Monday. They're open Tuesday through Saturday. Mm-hmm. So, you know, now you got variety downtown in the times where a lot of downtown was completely closed. We have Max all the time. 365. He's my dude. Like,
oh, yeah, there is nobody better.
Yeah,
you know, I love Mac.
Absolutely. You know, but again, if it's only Max, you know, then you're limited on options. You know, I think Basta does Mondays.
They have lunch, too.
Yeah, but it's not to go, so I haven't had it yet.
Oh, man.
Yeah, not to go, so I haven't had it yet. It looks really good. I just can't, like, you know.
You don't have the...
I'm working.
Yeah, I get it,
I
man,
need
totally.
I need to go, and if you don't mind bringing it over.
And then Ryan's doing pizzas at Cat Daddy's now on Fridays during lunch.
I saw one, and it looks so
really,
good.
Dude, they taste phenomenal.
No kidding.
Really, real tomato paste and sauce, all that.
Okay.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, I saw one, maybe a photo online, and it looked really, really awesome.
Yeah.
And I just haven't got to go grab. Is it all the time? Everyday pizza?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, and honestly, guys, you know, while we're talking about everybody else, let's talk about Mike and Mac.
Downtown recap.
Yeah, I'm telling you what, we basically just had a meeting in itself. But, you know, you can be a part of this, and now it's $50.
Sort of. So you don't have to pay the $50. We'll have other cigars for sale. You don't have to participate in the event.
There's no entry fee.
There's no entry fee. Just come in and especially then, if you want to watch the parade with us, you don't have to even buy or smoke a cigar. Just come check out the concert area, hang out with us. Like I said, it's just a limited menu: hot dogs, hamburgers, ketchup, lots of mustard. You know, whatever. Just basic. You know, barbecue food. And then we'll have like a beer and wine tub out there. It'll be nice, simple, you know, easy. So if you want to bring the kids, come watch the parade from down there. Like I said, if they're out of candy, don't worry. Josh and I will toss some candy to make it look like it came from the parade, so it comes down on the kids. But if you do want to participate, you're getting 4 $20 cigars for $50.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I went to private school, but I'm pretty sure it's a good deal. Plus I want to throw in. The Mil Diaz that the manufacturer sent to spread their love, because they couldn't be here, so they sent me 40 cigars. Because everything's in 40s, you know. Eventually we'll have more than 40, but we get close, but we don't get over. You get the T-shirt. We'll have sizes large to 3X, and what's the other thing? Oh, and then little crowned headlighters and stuff. So we're really trying to, and the Gooligan box. Just we're trying to make it desirable to show up.
Well, and too, while we have you before the 31st, and you see Mike. Go stop by Max and see them, because you can meet Garth Butcher on Thursday, October the 24th at 5 p.m., plus the college football tailgate part of Circa, and wanted to fill that in. This is a great weekend for all of you guys, and a great way to start your Max weekend and end it with Mike Weller's AP Cigar After Hours on the Thursday.
So tomorrow, Thursday, is Circa is coming to town.
Yeah.
Garth's going to be here. I'm going to be out of town. Karen Berger is going to be at my shop from 12 to 2. All this cool stuff's happening, and I'm going to be 3 hours away working. But and then the following Thursday, Halloween, come relax. You can park in the big Civic lot. You can hang out with us. It's easy to get home from there. You go down to 9th, hit the light, get out of here. So easy to get out. It's not a bunch of traffic. It's going to be, I think in the future, it's going to be one of the destination places for Halloween.
100% over.
Yeah.
100% over.
We saw it, and it's like, this is going to be the banger for Halloween for years to come right here.
With that being said, Mike, always great talking to you. And honestly, thank thank you for waking me up. I had to do 2 soccer games yesterday, and it's not bad, but it's playoff soccer. And man, that wears you out, after a little bit.
Absolutely.
But always, bringing me back to life and getting us through it.
Well, there's so much to be joyful for.
There is,
here,
man. You're right.
Yeah. So
and no one does and grinds harder than you, and I mean that from who I know, because honestly, it'd be hard pressed to find somebody who's out there fixing fixing buildings, going to do these events.
I'm just trying to be like Meg and Robbie. They do the same thing.
That's true.
They do the same thing. They just do it bigger than I do.
That's true.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know what? You're right. There's so much to be excited for, and really a lot to smile about.
Yeah. There's no reason to be crabby in downtown Alton. Really.
Oh God.
Even all the way down the East Quarter, man. There's so much going on. If you're a resident here and if you're opposing any growth here, maybe you're the problem here.
Amen.
So just get on the train. Let's promote the city like people used to.
Yeah. Right.
Tourism is our.
Isn't that called being a team?
Don't get all caught. Come see us down at AP Cigar. We are open Wednesday through Sunday, and we open at 11 every day. Friday, Saturday, we do stay open until 9 or a little later. Sunday, we're open 11 to 5 or a little later. We can't sell alcohol, but you can feel free to stop by Max on 4th and buy a package and come in, or you can stop at State Street and get one of those fancy old fashions. You can stop at Poor Decisions, get a beer, whatever you want to do. Just come on in, have a cigar. The weather's beautiful. We got some comfortable chairs outside. Just sit out and watch people go by. Halloween should be fun. Dress up if you want. I think Josh and I are going to try to dress up. I got to see if stuff fits. So just wear a little something.
I tried to go for 3 months. I had those people telling me that Office Depot is a Spirit Halloween. But we've always seen those damn pictures on Facebook.
It really is.
I know, but I thought everyone was lying. So I'm like, I thought it was Photoshop. I knew about this Spirit Halloween before anybody else because someone walked by. They said, CJ, it's changing to a Spirit. Like, legitimately new in the development. I'm like, no way. Someone's working you. Sure enough, it is, and I don't even want to walk in there because what would I do? Just say, hey, guys, I didn't know you were, I just kind of disregarded you. Can I find an Office Depot employee costume or something to wear?
You might be better off going to Goodwill to get that. Everybody lost their job. They just turned them all in. So.
Oh, my goodness. But we'll find out. I think I might have some fun on Halloween. I wore a velvet jacket last year, so I think I might dress up this year.
Man, we need to get you like one of those long pipes if you're going to have a velvet jacket.
I need to dress up as that guy from WKRP.
Oh, that'd be cool.
This is Les Nessman.
Yeah. You kind of do that well, too. That's kind of scary.
I don't want to tell you what I do when I look in the mirror. At 9:58, top of the hour news around the corner. We'll take a quick break. More after this.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready? Future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
I had had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, Free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Welcome back to our daily show on RiverBender.com. And now, time to play a game.
All right, before we do top of the hour news, Jakey Thompson asking, what's your most expensive cigar, Mike?
JT, what's up, brother? It is probably the Padron Anniversary Series, the 1964, which the 1926 is the higher end, but the 64 came out in a new size this year, and it's $38 and some change before tax.
That's not bad. That's
It's
a good
not-
question, actually.
Not for that brand and that size cigar. It's actually a very large cigar of all their really top-end tobacco. So since we're talking a little, since Padron was brought up, Karen Berger's coming in tomorrow. We carry her K-line. We carry a cigar called the Tailgate. Both of them real good. So there's 5 facings from that company. Her farm is actually between Olivas, which is another top brand, and Esteli, Nicaragua. So you have Olivas family farm, Padron's family farm, and then Karen Berger's is actually in the middle.
That's cool.
It's all the K lines of Nicaraguan Puro, so it's all Nicaraguan tobacco with different wrappers, seed sourced from other parts of the world, but grown there in Nicaragua. So really cool. So Padron is known as pretty much your top of the line that you can get in the United States. It's really hard for cigar shops to get it. I had a relationship. We talked a lot about relationships. I had a relationship with them 20 years ago, and so when we opened up, I called and pretty much begged, and they go, because they haven't opened in 7 years, they're very expensive to get into, a huge initial order. And when I was setting it up, the guy says, the old man liked you. He goes, we'll get you going.
There you go.
They also knew I wasn't ordering a ton, so I'm not going to hurt them. But, so that's currently our most expensive is like 38 and some change.
That's really cool. Now, whenever we're talking about, just cigars and price points, because there's always those people, they have that show called The Most Expensivest or whatever.
Yeah.
But, whenever you're talking about a good quality cigar, whenever you hit that $40, is it like wine where you really can get a really nice bottle, a really nice cigar? Or if you hit that $300, $400 price point somewhere, are you really going to taste it?
We'll use wine for a reference. So let's say you don't drink wine at all. You're just a domestic light beer drinker, right? Somebody brings you a $1,000 bottle of wine, right? You drink it. What are your references?
Nothing,
right? So it could be, and if you don't like wine, it might taste terrible to you.
That's a good point, yeah.
So when people come in and they ask for the best, and we normally try to ask the questions of, well, what do you normally smoke? If you just want the best as a gift, I got options, right? I got beautiful cigars, that presentation's beautiful. Padron's presentation is great, but there's others that are better.
Right.
They're more colorful, there's lots of gold, it's sparkly, whatever. There's better presentation on labels on the cigars, right? And so we try to, I especially new folks that come in, I want you to enjoy the hobby. If I sell you a $40 cigar, are you going to pick up on your palate everything you should?
Right.
Start here, see if you enjoy it. Stay cheap for a while. Don't buy the $1,000 humidor.
Right, that makes sense.
You bought 5 cigars. How much space do you need?
Right.
So we try to you won't pick up, maybe you will, but for the most part, if you don't have a reference to compare to, then you're going to really kind of lose out on that money.
Yeah.
And then who are you mad at? The guy who sold it to you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. Come start low, start cheap, enjoy your way up the.
That's your shirt.
Yeah.
Start cheap, my friends.
Yeah, start cheap. Stay cheap, my friends.
Yeah, there you go. Well, there you go, JT. And what are you up to doing today? What do you love to do? Yeah.
Today is kind of cool. I'm going to drop it on social media, but we are bringing back a new, it's first time in Alton. It's the Crux, C-R-U-X, Crux cigar line.
I've had a few of those.
Crux?
Oh, no.
Crutch or Crux?
I was talking Cruxes.
Cruxes.
Oh, okay, but this is a cigar.
Yeah, so Crux is owned by a few brothers out of, it's a northern state. Tony's the guy I always seem to run into. I'm in Sturgis, riding motorcycles. There's Tony.
That's cool.
Yeah, Tony, I sold them before they rebranded and made it look, their branding is beautiful, especially for new customers, new smokers, because it tells you the flavor profile, it tells you what you should be, your tasting notes, all on the box. It's absolutely stunning presentation. They have a great lineup with amazing cigars. They will debut in the Alton shop today. So just something new. We're always trying to bring something new. The back room is somewhat finished. Shelves are built. You know, I talked about shelves.
Right.
The shelves are built. We're going to throw more and more cigars on in the walk-in humidor. So not only do we have 9 cases completely stocked full of stand-up humidors, now we have a walk-in humidor as well. Currently, it holds bundled sticks and, overstock and things like that. But we built all the shelves to let customers go in and shop even more cigars. So the goal is to have the most cigars in the Mississippi.
That's really well, and you're going to get there. I have no doubt about it.
There's some big competition down south. I've already looked. I was like, I think I could say this, and I looked. I'm like, oh, not yet. No. There's some really nice lounges going down to Tennessee on the Mississippi.
I bet, man.
Oh, buddy, yeah. There's some really cool stuff. So but that's our goal, is because we appreciate everybody that comes in on a regular.
Mm-hmm.
My regulars are fantastic. I count on 3-4 guys. I know what the conversation's going to be. Where it's going to be hilarious. We talk about food, recipes, cigars. It's always good with the regulars. The tourists are the ones that I love seeing come back, because I love when somebody comes in from out of town. They're like, this place is nice. You have a great selection. Your price point's great. So that's what we shoot for, is to wow not just our regulars, but the people that come in. Right. So, have great coffee, have it for free, have amazing cigar selection. Try to give like Bernard. Just keep giving, right?
Yep.
Bernard's wall is full of bourbon.
Yep.
I couldn't say, pronounce, or even know what any of it,
me either,
any
dude.
of it was.
Yeah, me either, man.
So I was just like, he goes, anything you want to try? And I go, I don't even know what the heck I'm looking at, man. I'm like, how about a water? It was almost overwhelming, So, but the dude gives so much, and that's what we try to do. We want to try to give the most products. We want to try to give great service, which I know we do, man. Our service is fantastic. Yeah. And then, but we want to give, more importantly, we want to give the ultimate experience in smoking a cigar in Alton.
Absolutely. And you do that each and every day, Mike Weller. Always great to have you for an extended look at that bonus edition.
Yeah, right. Bonus edition. I thought it was
there you go,
out.
JT. $38.
38 before tax. So you're going to be
about 40.
Yeah, you'll be 40 after tax.
So stop in and grab one.
We're going to pay for these streets to be bumpy.
I already took that one on the chin earlier this week. I'm going to stay loose for now, and I'm going to take a quick break. But here, my friend.
And that's how we sign off.
We'll see you right after this one. And second.